Grand normally means that we're getting something large, but this edition of Dynamite must have been a Starbucks version, a grande, because there was nothing but small men in the world title picture as Bryan Danielson defeated Nigel McGuinness in a battle of the jobbers. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, your AEW Dynamite review. Not just any Dynamite, though. It was Grand Slam, but it didn't feel very grand. In fact, it felt pretty small time. Didn't feel like this big show. I was actually disappointed. I expected more to happen on AEW, and that's probably my own fault when you get high, well, I'm not going to say high expectations, but I think when you go into AEW expecting anything half decent, then you're probably setting yourself up for a major fall, and in my opinion, that's what happened here.
This was no slam dunk. This was a ball dropper. It was mince. You were excited going into this show. You were buzzing.
Well, I wouldn't quite go excited and buzzing like.
You were anticipating Shane McMahon and you didn't get him.
I wouldn't go that far either. I was just expecting a better show.
And Jim Ross, depressed.
Here, I'm grateful Jim Ross was in commentary, but he sounds like he doesn't want to be there.
The Brian.
Either he doesn't want to be there, or unfortunately, that's just the state his mental capacity is.
No, I'm convinced, right?
But I just feel like if Jim Ross got called back for a WrestleMania, I just think he'd be more hyped. Like, see if they called Jim Ross back for Austin's Owens, which I think they should have done. I can't imagine it. Jim Ross wouldn't have a wee bit more fire in his voice.
That's what was missing, wasn't it? Oh, good bit of JR, having an epic.
Now, if JR...
Do you think... I'm not saying McMahon's, the greatest genius of all time, but he's up there. Do you think not having McMahon in his ear could be making JR shite?
Nah, I think it's an age thing.
You think it's an age thing?
It's an age thing,
But do you not think the fact he's continuing to be this lacklustre is on Tony Khan?
Well, it could just be his age. I mean, we're expecting JR to still have what he had when he was young. Or younger.
Younger. Man.
And unfortunately, it's just not the case. He's what, 71 now? 68?
He's not that old.
Well, he sounds old, so... Anyway.
Yeah, he might be that old. Anyway, I mean, yeah, he was depressed, but you know what?
But I tell you, he's still the best commentator there.
Oh, aye.
So give me old, depressed, I don't want to be there,
you
Jim
know what?
Ross.
I like Taz.
I do, but Taz is like your colour guy. He maybe says one word a match.
Excalibur's fucking pish. Wearing a Poison Runner.
And Tony Schiavone's just too much of an arse licker for me.
Yeah, he's right up Tony Khan's shitter.
I can't really get on board with Tony Schiavone. He does kiss the ass of whoever pays him, which is fair enough, I guess. Who pays us? YouTube.
If you want to donate to us, then go ahead.
Aye, Tony Khan, you want to come in with a super chat, feel free to do so. Anyway, opening match, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't think the title was on the line,
I think it was. It was supposed to be. Honestly, man, to me, I thought this match felt very flat.
Yeah.
They hyped it up as if this is one of the best rivalries in professional wrestling history. And, look, I don't think they could have put on a match that I would have been delighted with or impressed with. But I felt like there should have been more here. Now, is Nigel McGuinness limited due to being out the ring for so long? Is Bryan Danielson carrying an injury? I don't really know. But this wasn't a classic. I
thought it was very slow, very lethargic. People are whipping out words like nostalgia. If Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Bryan reignite an ROH fuse nostalgia in 2024, can we not see how far we have dropped off?
Yeah, for me, I was expecting this to be like a pay-per-view main event level quality match, and it wasn't. It did feel like a free TV.
But see, to me, that's the difference, right? See, when Punk was against Joe, they weren't whipping out the nostalgia cards. It felt like this is two main eventers at the top of their game going against each other. This felt like a tribute act for Nigel McGuinness.
A bad tribute act.
A bad tribute act.
Anyway.
Shite. Did not care for it. Good night, move on.
Danielson wins before he can really celebrate, before he can really do anything else. Christian Cage, his music hits. He comes out. He's got the contract. He's got the pen. He's got the pen in his hand. He's about to sign the contract, but then some guy by the name of Kip Sabian, yeah, that big legend, he comes out. He steals the pen for Christian. He runs off. Christian gives chase. Christian looks behind the curtain. He sees Claudio and Pac, and basically shits himself and runs backstage. This, to me, was... I don't know if they were trying to do a comedy thing here, but I mean, I was kind of hoping Christian would just cash in and win the belt. I thought this was cheap. I mean, Christian having his pen stolen.
Yeah, this was pathetic. There is no two ways around it. I mean, and then he looks at these. Why are we treating Pac and fucking Cesaro here as if, like, I mean, he picked the curtain back and he saw the fucking Steiner brothers or something?
I mean, I guess they want Danielson to remain champion so that Moxley can face Danielson. I'm assuming maybe that's what it is, but... you know what? I think, see if Christian comes out and cashes in this contract and wins the title, to me that's a massive start. That's big. That is grand. That's Grand Slam. You know?
Grande!
No, Grande's small, mate.
Is it?
Aye, Starbucks is a wee small cup. That's why I made the joke at the beginning of the fed.
Wait, hold on.
Grande's not a large. Fente's large.
Grande small.
Aye. Well, medium. But anyway.
I'd need to put VAR out on that
Tall,
one.
small.
Gordo's big, is it not?
Well, maybe there's 6 sizes, but listen, Grande's not at the top.
What's Darby Allin?
Fuck, he's a
Pup cup?
Pup cup, baby cup. Right, anyway. I think they should have started. I think Christian Cage should have won the belt. Why not?
Yeah, why
Christian
not?
can actually still go. I mean, the guy is still a good performer. They need to stick the belt on him. They really do. I think the guy should have it. I mean, make him champ. Why
Yeah,
not?
it's like the fact that we were going into this match not knowing if Brian could get cleared. I get it. That was probably to add suspense, maybe not legit. But let's be honest, the guy's neck's hanging on by a thin hair.
Yeah, one way and prettier on that, and I'm sure it would be good night and a new champion. Anyway, match number 2, FTW Championship, Hook versus Roderick Strong. I mean, the match was never in doubt. Hook wins pretty quick there. Just a throwaway match, I think, just for the sake of having a title match. It felt like this was only on the card just so they could advertise Grand Slam as having another championship on the line. Hook, after the match, cuts a shit promo, but he does retire the belt. He puts over his father. He gives the belt to the rightful owner. And it was a nice wee gesture, so I mean, I'll give them that. I don't rate Hook. I don't think the guy's ever going to get anything. I think the best thing I can say about Hook is he's Taz's son, and I think the name Hook's not bad. I think it's a decent wrestling name, but unfortunately he sucks. He's not got the look, he's not got the appearance, he's not got the it factor, he can't cut a promo, he can't talk. Even when you see him backstage with like the hood up, he just looks like some little emo boy that's listening to... He looks like an emo boy that's listening to like Black Veil Brides or something like that.
I don't think he doesn't have... I think he's got a look, but it's not suited to wrestling.
Aye.
I think there's people in wrestling who just don't have fuck all about them.
No, I mean, this guy does look like he could be in a band or something like that, you know what I mean? But he doesn't look like a pro wrestler.
No.
Unfortunately. And that's the business that he's in. But then again, he's surrounded by about 90% of people that don't look like pro wrestlers. So
exactly.
He's got a chance.
One prediction for me, though. I said he'd do it. And he did it.
Yeah, but you know what, man? It was nice. I like that giving Taz the belt.
Taz greeting behind his sunglasses and he lifted them up.
Aye, Taz there wiping away the tears. So. But that's it. The FTW Championship is officially retired, and that's AEW got one less belt, and I don't see how anyone could possibly think that's a bad thing. So yeah. Match number 3. We have the World Tag Team Championship match. The Young Bucks versus Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. Right. Look. This is your typical Young Bucks match. If you like the Young Bucks, Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, you'll think this was a good match. If you hate this style of wrestling, which we do, then it just will not appeal to you in the slightest. Matthew Jackson kicking out of every single maneuver like he's Prime Undertaker or something.
Will Ospreay acting like a fucking goof. They did a maneuver, and then the 2 members of the team that weren't involved in the pin had to wait and fall on top of them at 3, and the referee's looking over his shoulder waiting for the spot.
Garbage.
Choreographed shite.
Yeah,
they didn't look good.
Don Callis comes off the commentary. He gives Fletcher a screwdriver. It's a very weird weapon to use in a wrestling capacity, but whatever. Fletcher's got the screwdriver. He's going to use it. Ospreay prevents him from using it. Says, no, bruv. We got to win clean, bruv.
We got to win clean for Dave, mate. Dave, we got to win clean for Dave. He won't give me 5-star matches, mate.
Well, Wrestle Headlines almost gave it 5 stars.
I wonder if Dave Meltzer's going to correct the attendance for this show.
Yeah,
there's actually 4,000 people.
There's a couple of title shots to the head. Fletcher kicked out, but then he got a fee trigger. The Bucks win. Then that's it. Really, Fletcher and Ospreay lost. Wrestle Headlines gave it 4.5 stars. They said, quote, "Just an absolute classic here. Fletcher and Ospreay are a fantastic tag team to the surprise of no one. This was all action, innovative, had the fans on their feet. It was just another classic that all four men involved are used to. The Fletcher/Ospreay Bruin feud sure does have legs too." End of quote.
See next week, no one will remember this match.
Aye.
And that's, see the two-man power trip against Benoit and Jericho. That's iconic. That's a classic. This is gash. Let's just move on.
Yeah, to be a classic, it needs to be remembered in time, and this one's just not going to be remembered.
No, there's nothing memorable. There's nothing. I get it, right? I honestly think the Triple H injury during that match helps it being remembered, right? But I'm not saying you need an injury for it. But see this. What did these guys do in this match that they do differently? Like, where's the... don't stab him, bruv. What? Fucking shite.
Well, should have turned the screwdriver on me.
Aye, my bloody jugular.
Anyway, right, up next we have the conglomeration there with Renee and Rocky Romero. Rocky's now an official member, so Rocky Romero has joined the conglomeration. Is this the worst faction going in wrestling?
Yes.
Can you name me the members of it?
Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Rocky Romero, and not Fish. What's the other guy called? Oh, what's he called? The fucking Diddy Man of the Undisputed Era. Oh, what's that jailbird called? Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly, brother.
Right, let's move on.
Anyway, apparently they're going to do something on Collision.
Hold on. Jack Perry has issued an open challenge for the TNT Championship and his bus is shown driving through NYC. What a fucking crack of shite that is, man.
Alright, but before we get to that, we have MVP. MVP is here. Prince Nana says Swerve Strickland's not cleared to compete. Then we get the debut of MVP. MVP runs down Swerve's accomplishments, says that Swerve lost his championship and had his home burnt down to the ground. Yet, why is Hangman still walking around smiling? MVP says he'll tell you why. It's not because Swerve's a failure. It's a failure on his management. MVP says that Swerve needs to talk to him when he's ready to talk business because he needs a new business partner. Basically saying that Prince Nana absolutely sucks. Look, it's MVP in AEW. I don't mind MVP, but I just think that in a month's time it's just going to be a nobody. I mean, he's going to be on Rampage, isn't he?
But that's it, like, isn't it? I don't think he's wrestling.
Have they got something big planned for MVP? I mean, I don't know.
Just another guy to fleece Tony Khan.
Would MVP be a better manager than Prince Nana? I think so. Anyway, we've got Jack Perry issuing the open challenge, so will anyone accept it? Who knows? We then get AEW Women's World Championship match, Mariah May versus Yuka Sakazaki. This match, honestly, didn't get much time at all. It was pretty short. Northern Lights bomb by Yuka. Mega magical girl splash by Yuka. May gets the knees up to block it. She then hits the Regal knee and then hits a Storm Zero. Mariah May wins with Tony Storm's maneuver. I feel like even in her promos, she's kind of cutting Tony Storm-esque promos. I don't see how that can really go far when you've kind of split up with Tony Storm and you're going in a different direction. But this match was short. Nobody gave Yuki Sakazaki a chance of winning. So it might have been a title match, but at the end of the day, it was a convincing retain from the champ. Never in doubt.
Yeah, it was a WWE special, wasn't it? Predictable. It was never not going to win this match.
Yeah, Willow came out to make the save because Mariah May was going to hit her with a belt. Willow stares down May. Then Mina Shirakawa's music hits. May hits Willow from behind. And then she jumps into Mina's arms and I guess she wants to be accepted, but Mina's looking on thinking, oh, why did you cheat? Why did you do that? I mean, pretty shit. We have then they had like a couple of backstage segments where Willow says it wasn't cool what happened tonight. Yuki Sakazaki called Mariah May "you son of a bitch," but she honestly sounds like a 6-year-old. Not only does she look like a 6-year-old, I mean she sounds like I don't know if it's the Japaneseness or whatever, or just she put on a squeaky voice or whatnot, but it was a terrible fucking promo. Then we had Mariah May backstage segment where she called out Willow, says, "How dare you ruin my championship celebration? It's not my fault. You have nothing to celebrate." She called she called Mina Shawakiwa her H-Cup angel. And then she asked Mina to dance, and Mina basically just bounced her tits around for the camera. Pretty fucking strange. But then she asked Mina why she gone back to Japan. And apparently this is setting up a match between Mina and Mariah May for the belt. But the problem is, if you have to go and watch her wrestle in Japan to find out why she's getting a shot against Mariah May, that to me is a deal breaker.
Yep.
See if I had to find out why is The Rock taking on Austin at WrestleMania 17, and it's because he had to travel to India to lay the smackdown on the Punjabi Great Khali or something. Oh, we in India, you know, like, I mean, I wouldn't, fuck that.
You smell what The Rock is cooking?
Anyway, point is, this is shit.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to, you know, it's not a plug to one of their shows, it's a fucking completely different show. It's not like, oh, check out Collision. Shit, stupid, doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Up next, Joe Moxley with Marina Shafir taking on Darby Allin. And you know what? I feel like they've plucked this Marina Shafir out of nowhere because her career was literally dead.
Well, I'll tell you what's dead. She's dead, but Darby Allin, right? I actually think these two has had the best work going. And I say work, their promos have been the best thing going in wrestling the past month. See, as soon as Darby Allin gets in the ring attire, man, what is going on?
Yeah, look, I see Darby Allin. Is he the worst guy in AEW? No. Does he have positives about him? Yes. But for me, I just can't take him seriously whenever you see him in the match and he's wearing the fucking tights and the booty shorts. He legit looks like some sort of fucking emo chick. It's fucking mental.
No, it's not.
This guy's supposed to be a professional wrestler.
He probably weighs the same as like an Avril fucking Lavigne. Like, what's that about?
I mean, I don't get it how this is a guy. A half-grown man.
He looks like one of those creatures in The Strain, the crawler kids. That's what he looks like, man.
It's an awful attire. Why can't he just wear fucking pair of skinny jeans or something?
Or just
what
Ray used to wear?
Why does he have to wear the booty shorts over the top of fucking tights? Leggings? Doesn't look manly.
It's ridiculous.
I'm not saying he's the most manly guy about, but it is what it is. Moxley basically batters Darby. Some spots on the steel steps. We have a spot where Darby throws himself through the middle rope and crashes onto the concrete floor. Darby goes for a coffin drop. Marina Shafir gets involved when Darby's on the top rope. We don't know what Darby's going for. Moxley counters it into an avalanche Death Rider. 1, 2, 3. JR says it's one of the greatest reversals that he's ever seen. I don't know how much Tony Khan probably offered him an extra 10 grand just to say that line. I'm going to assume. Look, hard hitting match. It was fine. Not going to complain. I just don't like Darby's outfit or whatever. But it is what it is. After the match, Brian Danielson came out. He tried to choke out Moxley with a necktie. Remember he done that in WWE once and he got fucking fired.
Pathetic.
I doubt he'll get fired here though. Marina Shafir then puts him in a chokehold, and Claudio and Pac come down and they try and pull Danielson off Moxley. A bunch of jobbers then make their way to the ring. I've no idea who these guys are. I'm not even saying that to try and
I think it's private party.
Well, I mean, there was more than 2 people.
Commander.
Fuck. Anyway, like I said, a bunch of jobbers come out. They get rid of Pac and Claudio, and the entire time Marina Shafir is still on the back of Daniel Bryan trying to choke him out. And it's like, what's he doing? Like, see if you're that hell-bent on getting your hands on Moxley, wouldn't you fucking get the person that's trying to choke you out from behind off you first?
No, I mean, absolutely.
But it's just so dumb because there's a woman that's got him in a chokehold. He literally just has to walk around the ring with her fucking on his back, choking him out.
And I feel like AEW is the company that would do it.
Like...
You agree though?
Yeah, can't he even back her into the corner and use the turnbuckles to get her? I mean, wait, what's sort of off it? That's not even an offensive move, that's a defensive move.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck are we dealing with here? And in the end, I mean, she just voluntarily decides to take it off him. I mean, this is so dumb. And AEW don't normally do this shit. This is stuff that I've had to go at WWE for, but you know, AEW did it. Bryan Danielson then goes for his kick in the corner. Moxley gets pulled to the outside by his crew. Crowd were chanting for Wheeler to come out and save Bryan. Wheeler never came out. And that was it. That was it. Now, here's the final thoughts for the Wrestle headlines before we give you our final thoughts. They said, quote, "What an excellent professional wrestling show tonight. Great in-ring, out-of-nowhere surprises, and storyline advancement. What more can you ask for in a 2-hour show?" Danielson and Moxley are on a collision course for Wrestle Dream. Willow Nightingale looks to be the next challenger for Mariah May. United Empire versus the Bucks was a classic. And so much more tonight. 9.5 out of 10. End of quote. Right, spoiler alert. I'm not giving it a 9.5 out of 10. And I think you guys already know that.
No, I mean, it's just a mental illness at the end of the day. You can't believe this is a 9.5 out of 10.
No, it is not. I thought...
No, I see 9.5s out of 10, right? That should be reserved for, like, the greatest offence in wrestling of all time, but they're not quite the top 10 sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Aye, 100%.
Like, see if this was a true 9.5 out of 10 for a wrestling show, this would be getting talked about at the water cooler. This would be like, oh, fuck, here, wrestling got cool last night for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, you'd have some amazing promos, you'd have some amazing matches, and I just didn't see any.
Moments.
What
What, is wheeling out MVP with a stick? Fucking, I mean, come on.
Yeah, for me, it was like... I thought it probably peaked in the main event, Moxley versus Darby Allin.
Yep.
But that was it.
No Chris Jericho.
No Chris Jericho, maybe he'll be on Collision. I just thought this was a bit lackluster, man. I expected more, we didn't get more. I'm going to give it... I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I thought it would be better.
It was match heavy. Yo, I'm not deluded. Yo, this is a big card they've put on, but for me it flopped, so I'll give it a 3 as well.
There you go, guys, a 3 out of 10. We'll catch you for the Dynamite ratings. I tell you what, if Dynamite doesn't deliver on the ratings this week, and by deliver, I mean if they don't get back over 700k, it's going to be, you know...
Can they get above 800k?
Nah, it's going to be a disaster though, because like I say, they've put on a big show, they've went all out here. So, pun intended, all out pay-per-view. No pun intended. But we'll see if the ratings go all out, or whether they're still doing in the dumps. Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace!